So it looks like today has been another amazing day for GameStop. If you watched a video that we made just last night, you will know that we spoke about the earnings and how well things went on that front. It really was a surprise to a lot of people. At the same time, we are seeing the stock up by 3% today. We are dropping throughout the later part of the day. However, I think this is still relatively good, and the signs of strength here are actually there. I'll talk about why I think this over the course of this video. I'll also be sharing my thoughts and opinions as to what may happen going forwards. If you do enjoy this video, if you find it useful, please do make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe. It does help me out quite a lot, but as always remember, this is not advice and I am not a financial advisor. Now I've said all of the boring stuff, we might as well jump straight in, and let's start off by giving a brief sum up of everything that we've seen over the last few days. So as you all know, GME, zoom out to the past 5 days here, has been relatively flat. We didn't really see much movement at all, 1.86% over the past 4. Then coming forwards into today, what do we see? We see the stock break out quite a bit, and of course this is off of the back of those earnings. As the past month has been relatively flat, as you can see, this does beg the question of where we go from here. Are we potentially back onto 30, 35, 40? Are we going to go even higher than that? Do we have squeeze potential? Well, we'll talk about all of that, of course, over the course of this video. Now, my objectives for the next few days here are very simple. I want to see the stock be able to actually make some sizable, consistent, and sustainable gains off of the back of these earnings. Obviously, the stock is dropping a bit. People will be taking profits, it makes sense. But we need to start looking and establishing support levels round about, honestly, where we are now. We can drop this one potentially to levels like 23.99, 24, where we have seen support levels here and here in the past. That would not be that bad, and of course that's not too far from where we are, only 37 cents off. I would not be too worried about levels like that, again, but it's very, very simple for what I want to see here into the next day or so. The RSI levels are coming very high, not yet in the overbought territory, but certainly coming up towards it. And we're seeing the downwards momentum towards the very end of the day actually slowing slightly. If I was to map out what I would see as an ideal day for tomorrow, it's going to be really basic. I just want to see the stock rise by a couple of percentage points, even decline by a couple of percentage points, maybe 1 or 2. But the main objective that I want to see is a controlled manner, right? I want to see this downtrend slowing, maybe slowing a little bit, maybe completely slowing, or maybe even beginning to reverse slightly. But we need to see these levels hold up, in my opinion, for this to actually go anywhere. From there, we have potential to retest highs. We're talking about levels at 24.47. We're talking about levels all the way up at 24.77, and then obviously into the 25 range and beyond. We need to break up all of these levels to see any upwards momentum or any important upwards momentum, in my opinion. However, again, that is all going to be very dependent on if we can even see those lower levels hold. I think if we can't hold on to 24, then we have much potential to go lower, which would of course not be the best thing, for the stock in the short term. The likelihood of that turnaround coming quick would be less likely if we are not able to see these levels hold. But again, the news I think caught a lot of people by shock. It was good. I'm not particularly worried by you couldn't really call it a drop because it's been a green day, but the relative drop that we've seen since market open, I think this was almost bound to happen. People may want to take profits, people may want to sell shares, some people may have obviously made a lot off of the back of this. I think things aren't yet worrying, and I'm not worried. I think things are still looking good. However, it's going to be about holding on to those levels. That's just my opinions on it all. Thank you for your time, guys. See you soon.